Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We are live. It is Tuesday. It is a beautiful day the Lord has blessed us with. Guys, let me know about the audio and the music. Y'all know I've struggled with this audio music thing, trying to get the right volume. Is music's too loud, mic's too low, or vice versa? Let me know. I can't get it. I'm not technologically advanced, to say the least. So let me know, okay? Let me know. Let's see who we got in here today. We got Johnny number 5. What's up, crew? Mighty Max. What's up, bro? Thanos, my main man. Moin Marcus. What's up? Got Zup in here. Zup, good to see you, brother. It's good to see you back in chat, man. Got the coffee going, and your comment. I got the sugar-free Monster. I've already had a couple cups of coffee this morning. Already been to the gym. Crew, morning all. Guys, I pushed Eon. Sorry, bro. Almost forgot you there at the end. Almost didn't forget you. Almost skipped over them. Eons, what's up, man? I went to the gym yesterday. I wish I'd have recorded it. I put 600 lb, 600 pounds on the sled. Guy about killed me. I thought it about killed me. Hang on one sec. Just about killed me, but we made it through. 600 pounds. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Thank you guys for being here. It's a good day. It's not on the chart yet. I got the chart here. It is Bear Moon Day, though. It will appear the Bear Moon is tonight. So tonight we'll be getting the Bear Moon. There'll be the Magic Blue Moon. It's not actually a blue moon, but like astrologers would say a blue moon. I guess it'd be an astrologer. I don't know who. Weatherman. Whoever it is that says blue moon. It's not actually a blue moon, but it is blue on this chart. Like this blue moon right here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll get one of those tonight, and it'll appear right up here. It's just not there yet. And that is the Bear Moon, as we call it in crypto land. The Bear Moon. The full moon is the Bull Moon, so that's easy to remember. Full bull, full bull. All right. Here's the last one of those we got. And since we got that, Bitcoin rallied up about 12%. Don't underestimate the power of the moons. I don't care if you believe in that kind of stuff or not. Go and back test it if you do not believe. There is a clear, and it's not 100%, but it's like 75% when you have a bull moon, the market goes up. Matter of fact, and when you have a bear moon, it goes up. Matter of fact, our man West Coast posted something about a guy. I think his name was Putz, which is what he turned out to be. Some guy who supposedly had done years of study about a certain moon, full moon, right here. And this was it when it came out a couple of weeks ago. And supposedly under this moon within I don't remember what it was, 6 days before and 3 days after, something like that. Within a couple weeks surrounding this moon, the time has already elapsed. We were supposed to get a major market crash. Major market crash, right? And clearly he underestimated the power of the bull moon in crypto because we moved up 12% instead of like a 50% crash. So don't underestimate the moons. I mean, let's see, the last bear moon we got, Bitcoin moved down about 10%. So already down. We're under the moon now, technically. And we're already going to move down here about 3% or so. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Carrie Benz, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're all good on the sound, y'all? Music, sound. Y'all let me know. Somebody please let me know. And if I'm wrong about this moon stuff, we do have a resident astrologer in the house, like literally in the house. You can always get her. Uh-oh. Sorry. Adjusting some settings here real quick. Guys, I'm going to go live again today for the Discord. We're going to discuss Copy trading, for those of you who weren't here yesterday or are not in the Discord, join us in the Discord. We have the free Discord. We also have the VIP Discord. Flashbang here, guys. AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. You can join the VIP Discord and get all my trade setups in advance. But we announced yesterday, we announced in the Discord over the weekend, but yesterday on stream that I have now started copy trading on MEXC, and there's a link in the description. There's also a link in the pinned comments, pinned chat. You can now copy trade me on MEXC. Just follow that link. Even if you don't have an MEXC account, follow that link, and you can automatically get a MEXC account there, number one. And number two, that is the direct link to click the copy trade button so you can copy trade me. We started this yesterday, about 24 hours ago, probably about 30 hours ago now, but I haven't done any trades today. In the first 24 hours, we were up over 20%, guys. Over 20% in the first 24 hours. One trader, and of course it depends on your account balance size. One trader, and I don't know who this is. See, it shows the followers' profit and loss, and it's just a number, a P&L, a UID number. So I don't know who these people are, and you won't know who they are, and they won't know who you are. But one person is up. This is a $5,000 account. He's up $1,400 bucks. 24 hours, $1,400 bucks. Just this one. And there are lots of you following along so far, so that's great. Congratulations. Up over 20% in the first day, and you have to do nothing. All you have to do is click that copy trade button and transfer your USDT onto there, and I do the rest. I take trades. I manage trades. You have to do nothing. You do nothing. You can do whatever you want to do. And just understand that we are going to, hopefully, Lord willing, make some profits. Now, I'm still posting my trades in Discord, and I'm still taking some separate trades. And on the stream that we're going to do later for Discord, we're going to discuss strategies for this copy trading because I have ideas. Okay, I'm not managing it quite the same as I would my own money. Now, if I were just a copy trader, like I just was trading and then I signed up and got approved for copy trading, then I really wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if somebody lost. Like I didn't ask you to copy trade me, so if you chose to copy trade me, you lost, so be it. However, you guys are my family, right? You're like my family, so I care a lot more. So I'm treating these trades a lot differently than I would if I was just, Joe Blow copy trader out there and didn't know anybody who was following me. So my goal is to double your accounts conservatively, okay? Which means very little risk of you going in any significant drawdown or taking a loss. Conservatively, double your account, and then once we're playing on double house money, which is free money for you, right? Then I'm going to open it up a little bit and try to hit a couple home runs, okay? And we will hit some home runs, but be prepared, we may take some losses. But listen, does it really matter? Whoever that is that has a $5,000 account, and there's multiple people with big accounts in there, but does it really matter if we double your account to $5,000 and then one trade we get stopped out for a $500 or $600 loss? Even a $1,000 loss, which I don't plan to do, but I'm just saying, if we lost $1,000 bucks, but we took a shot at hitting a $10,000 trade, you're still up $4,000 of free money, right? And we took a shot at 10 grand or more. So I plan to do a few things like that. I'm still going to use good risk management, all that stuff. I'm just going to trade it a little more like I trade for myself. But I'll feel a lot better when you're playing with house money. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I actually care. I mean, shame on me. I actually care what happens to your money versus a lot of copy traders who do well sometimes, but they lose and they don't really care what happens to your money because they didn't ask you to copy them. Okay, so just know that I am protecting your investment right now, at least until we double it, and I'm still going to protect it, but I'm going to try to really aggressively add to the profit margin at that point. Okay, so I hope you guys understand the method to the madness here. But we're going to do a separate stream about that hopefully today. Speaking of which, so you guys know I trade on MEXC, copy trade on MEXC, also trade on KCEX, which I have a day trade running currently, which I gave you yesterday in the VIP Discord. I gave it to you last night. I said I just took a short trade from the 786. Not really getting the reaction I'd like to see yet, but we do have a 2-hour and down bearish divergences. Okay, I gave you this. I took it with a copy trade. I closed the copy traders. but I kept it running on mine. I closed the copy traders, guys. I'll be honest, mainly because we had just gotten in the trade. I don't know if you're running a scalp trade alongside it to cover any drawdown, so I didn't want to put you high in drawdown. We never got stopped out. Like an idiot, I just closed it and got you 3 or 4% profit. But I was going to bed. I'll be honest, I was going to bed. And with a fresh trade, for me, with a fresh trade, when I don't want to put you at risk for too much drawdown, we get in a fresh trade like right here, you know, and it's just kind of, we'll drop to a lower time frame. You know, we get in a trade, you know, right in here, and it's just kind of chopping around. You don't really know. It's just chopping. And I just don't want to sit up and watch it because I was so tired. I was falling asleep at my screen. So we came down here, kind of bounced, and then a little chop. And I said, you know what, I'm going to bed because I know a stop loss has to go here, but I don't want you to go into drawdown there. And I just didn't want to mess with it, I'll be honest. So you got your 4%, and be happy about that. You're up over 20% in one day. Okay, we're going to catch some home runs. Don't worry, we're going to catch some home runs. I mean, this is like, I'm already on like a double for me in my KCEX account. But I didn't care if I put myself into drawdown. I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't going to do that to you guys, and I wasn't going to be around to watch the trade. So it is what it is. I can't help it. They decided to do this at like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm an old man, and I go to bed early. But in my defense, I do get up at like 3 a.m. All right, guys, so what are we looking for today? Shorts are the name of the game. I am expecting lower. Look at this, guys. So I'm going to turn off the moons. You guys get it. The moons are here. The moon is here. Let me turn this off. Look at, and we kind of showed this yesterday. Let's go over some chat real quick. Morning Hawkborn. Hawkborn. Salt Chain says, okay, sounds good to me. Thanos sounds good. Salt Chain says, this copy trade thing was seriously the best idea ever. I know I said that yesterday, but for real, I should have done it a long time ago. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully you guys get a little more comfortable with it and not financial advice. But if you have like 10 grand sitting on the side and all you put in is $100 and we're up 20%, you've got to be kicking yourself. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, I'm a very profitable trader. Thank the Lord. I'm not bragging, but what are you really doing with your life? I'm just kidding. Revamp, what's up, bro? Glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you here. Guys, there's a poll in chat too. Hit up the poll. I'm curious. Is the top end, the local top end for Bitcoin, are we headed down, finally going to set that bear market low? Or are we just kind of pulling back here for a day or two and then about to shoot up to 80K? Salt Chain, no worries. I'd rather get the 4% than stop out at a loss. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'm going to double your account and then we're going to open it up. You have my word. So just be prepared. Spyro Gals. What's up, Spyro Gals? Spyro Gals is newest member of the VIP Discord. I hope you don't mind me telling folks that, but they can see you're in there anyway. So, first time I've seen you comment on stream, though, so glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Oh, Bitcoin spiking up. All right, let's zoom in here. Yeah, that's 8:30. We're at market open. Let's go to the 5 minute. We're going to look for this trade. Shoot. Okay, not where I wanted to go anyways. I'm interested in this 382 area, though. You can see I have the fib marked out. Let me mark that, though. You can see it's a clear line of resistance for Bitcoin, right? Clear line. I mean, we came up to it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Found it as resistance, then finally broke through and big fast move up to 76K. And then when you came down, you found it a support, resistance. So if we come back up to it, I'm going to look for it as resistance. However, if we break through, and I don't mean a quick wick or USFP, if we break through this decisively, I would expect another quick move back up at least to the golden pocket. So I am interested if we get here. I mean, it's clear line of support and resistance, clear as day, no denying that. So if we get there in the next few minutes, I might look to short this area right here. More Marcus says, welcome, bro. Salt Chain welcomes you in. I have an alert set here, guys, so if we get to chit-chatting, that's okay. I have an alert set on that level, before the level and on the level, and I've also got my alarm set for 8:45. So we're going to try to get in this trade today. We're going to do the Discord trade, or let's say Discord stream. I really want to game plan with you guys and tell you my thought process and get your feedback on the copy trading, just because I'm a new copy trader. I'm not a new trader. I just never copy traded before, so I don't really know what folks want or what you're comfortable with. And I'm not just doing this for everybody out there. This is for you guys, the family, the Discord. So we want to make sure we're doing what you're comfortable with. But we may do some scalp trading in there too. We could even do copy trade scalp streams. You know, I'm cool with that. Get on there. You remember how I used to do that, guys? And y'all would see me get on there and I'd make $600-700 in an hour and a half. We could do stuff like that. Now, listen, those of you with $100-150 accounts, you're not going to make $600 or $700 scalp trading in an hour and a half. Okay? You're not going to do it. Impossible. But the percentage is what I'm talking about. And I think I was doing those with like a $3,000 account. So if I was making $600, that's 20%. So you do the math. I do. Oh, okay. I want to tell you guys. So when you're copy trading, and we'll talk about this. But listen, somebody took a loss yesterday for like 90 cents. I'm going to vent for a second. 90 cents. I had 14 trades. I have one loss. Now, this is not necessarily my losses. This is somebody following me took a loss. I have taken no losses whatsoever, not one single loss. I can show you. And you should know, because none of you, well, one of you, but the rest of you have not taken losses either. But somebody took a loss, which means they went in and closed their trade while we were in 90 cents worth of drawdown. 90 cents. I went and found it. I don't remember how I found it last night, but I found it. 90 cents. Which isn't much. That's cool. You lost $1, but you ruined my 100% win rate. I was at 100%. Now I'm at 93%. I'm pretty bitter about that. I like 100%. I don't think I'll be 100% forever. I know that I won't. But I wanted to at least get to about 30 trades before I lost one. Your 90 cents flawed my record. You guys start doing that, I'm going to have to boot you out. Boot you out of the copy trade. I'm not going to let you guys lose a lot of money. Don't be afraid. Certainly don't close it at 90 cents. I understand if it starts to run away and you think I'm asleep at the wheel and you want to close. First of all, you shouldn't, because I have a plan. I will never set a limit order to enter one of these copy trades. I will make sure that I'm at the wheel when I enter them, so I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm looking for, and I know where my invalidations are. So you should trust the process, not financial advice. But if you close me out for a 90-cent loss again, and you put another 90-cent loss on my record, you're booted. You're booted. And it's none of you guys. It's none of you guys. It's nobody that's in the Discord. I know who it is. I don't know who they are, but I know they're not in the Discord. So, yeah. Don't flaw my record. Okay? Okay. Rant over. Yeah, it's true, Thanos. It's true, man. It's true, Carrie Benz. It is so true. I'm telling you guys. 90 cents. 90 cents cost me like 7% on my win percentage. Somebody sure hated to let go of that dollar. Which wound up being a winning trade for everyone else. We won that trade. We won like 4%. All right. Still watching this trade here, guys. Possibly interested in this 74.4, 74.5 area. If we come up there. I'm going to be transferring my charts over to Bybit today. You know, I chart on Bybit anyway. You guys know that. And then I transfer Bybit info over to KCEX, or KCEX MEXC, because that's what I trade on. I'm going to stop doing that. The problem is, usually, like right now, Bybit is $20 difference. Sometimes it's like $200 difference. And that can be a real inconvenience when you're trying to enter your trades and TPs and stop losses. It get a little confusing, but you just can't beat the levels, and it just gets to be a pain in the butt to transfer their levels over all the time. So I'm just going to chart on Bybit, and it is what it is. The only way that would really affect me or you too much as far as price is if you're limit ordering. So if you're looking at the Bybit, you know, golden pocket, and it's at, I don't know, 75.3, and the KCEX point of control is at 75.1. If you're limiting ordering at 75.1, you may not get your trade because you're waiting on the Bybit level. You know what I'm saying? But if you're market ordering in, it shouldn't be a problem because you're watching the chart, and as soon as the Bybit levels hit and reacted with proper divergence, that's when you would enter. See if we get that move up, guys. I do have some stuff to talk about with you today, some TA stuff. Ooh, let me get the MEXC ready. I am in a KCEX day trade short from, I think, 75.9-ish, somewhere in there. Where did I tell you guys? It's like 75.9, something like that. $75,810. But I'm on MEXC right now because I got the copy trade pulled up. So if we get this, it's going to be a copy scalp trade. If it winds up being a day trade and runs on down, great. But I always treat this U.S. morning open as a scalp trade. Now, we would anticipate a move up today, guys. However, we'd anticipate a move up just simply based upon price action through the Asia and UK session, which was down. Okay? Down. UK high has not been swept. Asia high has not been swept. Asia low has been swept. However, we did open this so far with 2 5-minute vector candles to the upside, which means I'm going to be looking for a vector candle reversal for a scalp trade. Now, if it rips back to the upside after that, so be it. That is not the trade that I'm looking for today. $8.45 coming up. You know that's when we look for the trade. And again, it doesn't have to be $8.45. Could be $8.44. Could be $8.47. It is usually just right there within a 2 to 3 minute give or take window. Just show you guys. I got the old MEXC pulled up here, ready to go. I got it on the other screen though. All right, let's start looking to see what we would have. All right, so if we came and took this high, we would have some divergences on the 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Should have it basically on the 10-minute and down. If we just took this little local high, but I would really like up into that more medium time frame 3-2. However, if we came and took the high, we could come to the 786 here. I'm gonna set an alert here, see what we get. If we come to the 786 at 74.2, we may not get it. Ooh. How about some of these altcoins, guys? Gosh, dog. Fetch AI up like 80% since I told you that I bought. 80%. I sold. I didn't see that coming. Although we did get the Alexander signal, 65% I think it is up since the Alexander signal. The Alexander is an indicator that I created. It is available only to the Discord. You have to be in Discord to get it. It is under the Community Stuff Indicators channel. It is free to the Discord only. We'll come back here in 2 minutes. We'll come back. You can see Alexander fired off a buy signal right there on Fetch. And moved up 62%. And that was just 5 days ago. 62% in 4 days. Yeah. Oh, and now it's going to turn purple after the move is missed. Great. Great. 8:45 and 15 seconds. I'm really not interested in a long here. I don't know. I'm just not. Gosh, I don't know why. I'm just not. See what happens. The only long I would be interested in is if we SFP'd. The UK low. Watch it for a couple more minutes, guys. See if we can get you guys into something. I don't like this though. Watch it for about 2 more minutes. Max says, I'm still on that 786 trade, short trade you gave last night. Yes. Good job, bro. It's an easy trade. Easy trade. I took it. I'm still in it. Johnny says, me too. Close my scalp. Still got the day trade running. Good job, guys. I knew you guys would still be in them. I knew both of you guys would still be in them. Trying to get in this copy trade, guys. I'm not seeing anything good here. No good levels being hit anyway. Join me on copy trading, guys. I'm gonna spam the chat with the link real quick. Join me on copy trading. Take my trades. We're up over 20% in 1 day. 20%. Over 20%. We're up 27.5% actually. 27.5% in 1 dang day copy trading. Good job, guys. Some of you with $100 you put in there kicking yourself now. You're up like 27 bucks. Wishing you put in 5 grand. I already know. It's okay. It's not too late. Not financial advice. All right, guys. I'm not seeing what I like to see here. I'm going to give it exactly 60 more seconds to see if we can vector here. This is just a whole lot of nothing. Pump up, retrace. Exactly where we started at. There's no news today. I would not be surprised, guys. Here we go. Let's just bypass this. I have alerts set at the UK low and at the 382. So if we go there, we'll look for trades. We do have flashbang, guys. Flashbang. We do have FOMC tomorrow. No news today, so wouldn't surprise me if there's not a whole lot of price action. Tomorrow will be huge. We will do, we might just do VIP only tomorrow morning for the U.S. market open, because we're going to do a public live for the FOMC decision. So don't be surprised to see just kind of not much today. And then tomorrow, major volatility, especially as we get closer to federal interest rate decision, which is going to be at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then double especially the press conference after is where the big volatility usually comes in. That is at 1:30 Central Standard Time. We will go live about 12:45 Central Standard Time tomorrow. And I'll probably we do have PPI in the morning, which is big, but I wouldn't expect too much for that because FOMC is way bigger. So I just think people will probably be like, yeah, okay, great. Let's wait for FOMC interest rate. So we'll see. But either way, we'll probably go live for VIP Discord tomorrow morning. Look for some trades. No TA stuff, you know, other than local trade TA stuff. And then we'll come back for the FOMC meeting and see what we get. That is tomorrow, guys. Bitcoin doing nothing. Let's move on. All right, so I showed this chart yesterday, okay? Let's show it again. I'm on the Bitstamp chart. I use Bitstamp whenever I'm doing macro. And by macro, I mean like macro. Like the entire life of Bitcoin type stuff. Or if I want to go back, 6, 7, 8 years, Bitstamp goes all the way back to 2011. Okay, so it has the most history. So I use Bitstamp, not because I think it's the greatest chart. It just has the most history. Okay. And we have had four. You might would have got one back here, but there was no moving 21 or 55 EMAs back then, right? But from the time that you started them, you've had 4 bear crosses or death crosses of the 21 over the 55. 21 crossing below the 55. And the purple line is the 200 SMA, okay? The first time you got it back here in 2015, Bitcoin moved down to the 200 on the very next 10-day candle, okay? You get the cross. As soon as you get the cross, it's that candle, okay? Pushes you down. Next time you got it was 2018. Same thing. You got the cross, push down. Now, before you push down, this is what I want folks to pay attention to who, oh my gosh, guys. Let me get on another rant. I cannot, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something, but I can't tell you how many thumbnails and people I saw yesterday, like people with big channels talking about here, 100K, here we go, 100K confirmed. I'm like, confirmed? We still have a lower high, right into major resistance. But whatever, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, last time you got this 10-day cross, see that push down? And by the way, each time you've gotten this cross, the next candle marked the bottom, okay? The bottom. All right, but upon getting this cross in 2015, you did move up 18% before coming back and setting the bottom on that next candle, okay? So within that candle, you still closed negatively, but you moved up 18% first, okay? So it is possible to go up 18% and then down that 18 plus another 8% in the same 10-day candle, okay? It happened here. All right, the next time you got the cross was here in Bitcoin moving down, taking out the UK low now, was in 2022. Got the cross, boom, right down to the 200 SMA, right? And we just got it here, okay? We are under that candle. We have 4.5 days left under that candle. And as of now, you got to move up about 8%, okay? Looking for the rest of this candle to close negatively. Now, the stat is 100%. I know it's only been 4 times. It's 100%. Doesn't mean it's going to be 100% forever. So we will know in 4 days. There are several. There are, I think, 3 100% stats regarding this price action of Bitcoin that show that March will close negatively. Okay? I think there's 3. We can cover them. We will find out in 4 days if the first of these 3 is going to be invalidated. Okay? In 4 days, we'll find out. But as of now, there are 3 stats that show that March is going to close negatively, and in fact, not only negatively, likely take out 60K. And we'll find out in 4 days, when this 10-day candle closes, if the first of them is going to hold true, okay, or be invalidated. If this one's invalidated, I would likely think the other 2 will be invalidated also. It starts with this one. Bitcoin moving down. Ooh, let's see. Some good divergences there. I should have been watching this, of course. Got a little bounce, but really showing no strength and follow through on that bounce. I don't know if this is something I want to mess with. I don't want to mess with this. You swept the UK low. Thus far, you've not SFP'd it. Trying. Bear moon. I'm not touching this. I'm not touching this, guys. It's just stalled out. It could rip up. It certainly could. I mean, the move for the day, technically, given the downtrend for Asia and UK, the move would technically be up today. But this just doesn't look good. Plain and simple, it doesn't look good. But you do have the trending direction down. You would expect the move up before possibly coming lower, and that's cool. If it moves up, it moves up. If it moves up, let me adjust this because we did come set another low. If it moves up, I will look to short back down. I'm not taking this long though. The move is down, guys. In my opinion, the move is down. But you can't short here, right? You've already had this big move down overnight. You can't all of a sudden short. What we need to wait for is that or that. Okay, for the bigger, higher probability short trade. This needs to be a quick reaction, tight stop loss, because you see the white line I have on here. This is a clear line. I discussed this earlier of support and resistance right here. If you get above it, you're probably going to quick move into this area here. Okay, so it doesn't mean you can't come here and reject. Look, you did there, you did there, you did there, you did there. So it doesn't mean you can't come back and do it again. So don't be afraid to take that trade. Just tight stop loss. Don't go in a lot of drawdown. I mean, you could SFP it real quick, but if you come and start closing candles above this, like a 15-minute candle, chances are you're fixing a quick move up into here. And that is the better trade. You have the 702, you have the golden pocket. You also have this orange trend line, which is our kind of macro-ish trend line in the last month and a half of this bear flag, what I'm calling a bear flag, right? Guys, let's take a look. Look how strikingly similar this looks to the price action we had here from November to January. Showed this yesterday, but now it's kind of confirmed. You did take the high. You know, you have this big move down, right? Then you chop around, set a high. You come take the high, right? You got a high here. You come take that high. Loopity swoop down. Then take this high before headed down. Okay? Then you chop around. You got the high here. Finally come up, take that high. Loopity swoop down and took this high. Okay, it looks the same. Yes, the 2022 fractal was invalidated finally. All of this looked exact, but it was invalidated with this move up. However, this one is not, which is probably more relevant because this is, you know, each cycle has its own flavor. The way it kind of moves a little different. This is the flavor for this cycle. Move down, choppy chop, take the high, swoopity loop, take the high again, down, right? We've seen it time and time again here. Same thing here. Get the high, move down, take the high, swoopity loop down, take the high again, down. That was the all-time high. Same thing. Same thing. So, the last two big moves down have looked exactly like this current price action. Look at my messy chart. Can't you tell? Can't you see it? Let's see. Fractal is still pretty dang accurate. Yeah, listen, guys. Yeah, I don't care what you are, how good you are, how good your fractal is. Nothing will ever be 100% forever. I'd have to go back and look. I don't really care. But I guarantee you, out of this fractal, the fractal that we had, right? This fractal right here. I mean, look how dang exact that was. Look how freaking exact that was. I mean, there's no denying it. You come down, you move up, you just chop this down, you take out the high, loopity swoop, And on this fractal, when you loopity swooped, you headed down, which is what we were expecting, but you came up and took the high, which is how it played out this way. So it doesn't mean the move down is invalidated. It could just mean we're doing something like this, which is exactly what we did here at all-time high also, okay? This could be it, just like it was here. And I remember, you guys probably don't remember, or maybe you do, but we were in this trade, and I remember I wanted just a hair higher. It came to 97,939, and I just wanted that right at 98K because I wanted that. It front ran, I think it was the 382. We front ran it by like $100, and I wanted just a little bit higher. But I remember right here at 98K, everybody was calling for like 104, 110, new all-time highs. I remember that. And we were talking about Babylon right here, and we, the ALC, Anthony Lee Crypto Crew, were like, those folks are crazy. They're smoking crack. And I remember telling you, unfollow them. Remember that? I was like, unfollow them, unfollow them, unfollow them, right? Because we knew we were headed down. Could we have gotten it wrong? Sure, but there's nothing that suggested that it was going to go up like that, except for price moved really fast one day. Price moved really fast one day right here and took out the high, that high, and everybody got excited. But you technically changed nothing. Nothing. None of the moving averages crossed over. You had a good daily bearish divergence here. Money flow was in the red and headed more into the red. Nothing changed here. And I told you, unfollow those folks that are calling for 100K plus. Unfollow them. I was looking for like 98.1, and we ran it by about $100. I did get the trade. I took this trade live with you guys. I closed it way too soon. I think I closed right here on the bounce. Made 7 grand, something like that. Should have made about 30. But that's all right. Actually, we caught this one right here at 91.5, something like that. We caught this one here, made another 4 or 5 grand. So all in all, we made like 11 or 12 grand on this trade, but should have made about 30. But that's okay. However, we did the same dang thing, man. We came up yesterday, big fast move up. Now all took the high. Now all of a sudden, everybody's calling for 85K, 90K. I've seen a couple 100Ks out there. I've seen bull market on. I think they're still smoking crack, guys. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. The same people that were calling for this here to 100 plus K are calling for 100K here, when look at how dang exact this looks. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But nothing has changed yet. Nothing has changed yet. I've been telling you we have to have a weekly close above 74K. A weekly close above this high is the only thing that will convince me that this is different. And we haven't gotten that. We haven't gotten it. That's what it would take for me. Even if we did come higher, the low is not, in my opinion. If we did come higher, we could come up something around here, 84, 85K at the most. You know, bearishly backtest this, which is not uncommon. Not uncommon. Right? Do it all the time. However, in the last cycle, I know the fractal from the last cycle is invalidated, right? But in the last cycle, this move up right here, back tested this little middle move down, which we just did today, yesterday, last night. And then it moved down. So this move is actually a back test of this. We just did that. See, this is last cycle. This is kind of where we at R-ish right here. When you got the move up here, boom, what you did was come back test that and then rotate down. We just did that last night, so that could be it. Yeah, this time didn't come back and take the high, but when we set the high the first time here, when we set this high the first time, We didn't get high enough to back test this. We didn't get high enough. Look, when we set the high, we didn't quite get high enough to back test that. It's pretty close. We'll zoom in. It's pretty close, but we didn't quite get there. So maybe that's what it needed. Maybe it needed to back test that, and we just did that and rejected. Whereas in this fractal, the blue fractal, this first little move up here, I just showed you, but this first little move up here did back test that area. It did. It did. So you didn't have to come back test it here. Maybe that's the key. Whereas in our fractal this time, or our price action this time, this one did not get there, but this one did. Salt Chain unfollowed like 3 people. That's funny. Hallborn says, I kept following people that said that just to see who was right. I unfollowed them after they were terribly wrong. Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, those same people, don't get me started. I'm already started. I'm gonna get off the rants. Guys, check out Catherine Jane. To some of you is gonna kill me. I'm gonna show our channel. We have this cheesy channel we started. Check this out. I don't know why this just came to me. Oh gosh. I'm clicking on buttons. I'm gonna mess something up. I want to mess something up. Check this out. She's gonna be mad. The Mississippi Lees. Look at us on the motorcycle up there. I have a Harley. We ride. I raise the flag. She's gonna be so mad. There she is. Welcome to the Lees. We got the green screen. This is what happens in our rental house while we fix up our house. Yeah. Where you at, Edgy? I don't know why I thought that was cool. We started this cheesy channel. We're just going to show cheesy stuff. Whether we're working out, cooking, homesteading. We're in the rental right now. We're moving back to our house. You guys know we've been doing renovations on our house for a while. We're going back there in a week and a half. We'll be moving out of this other rental house that we've had while we did flooring and all this kind of cool stuff. Yeah, she's going to be mad. She's going to be mad. I knew it. So I called her in there. I don't know if you can hear me, but I whispered it when I called her. I said, she's going to be so mad. Anyway, check out our channel, Mississippi Lees. It's nothing. It's nothing important. It's just some fun. We can do stuff. All right, guys. So I'm still very much so looking for this move down in the next 4.5 days. I do think that 10-day cross will play out. We also have the March stats. We've shown this tons of times. Right into the box. We slightly front ran it here. Actually, this is kind of amazing. Yeah, we're a few days later than anticipated, but that's okay. That's okay. We kind of front ran this historical box, right? Look at that. Front ran it right there. See, little gap there, little gapola. What is going on here? Kind of front run there. I don't know if you can tell. There's a gap. There's a gap there. Front ran that historical box. That is the box that historically the percentage gains, the percentage wick high for March was coming into that box, and we slightly front ran it. And I was like, okay, cool, probably good enough because, you know, averages are averages, some a little higher, some a little lower. But we actually came back and fulfilled that box now. And I'm looking for the lower box. I don't know that my lower target of 49.50K gets hit this month, but I would fully expect a rotation back down here, probably at least to 62K, if not take out 60K. So yeah, Kind of crazy how these stats work out. 100% of the time, when we start out to the upside to this box, we will finish negatively for March. So 100%. This is the second of our 300% stats. So we won't know this one until the end of March. We'll know the other one in 4 days. But this is the second of our 100% stats that tells us we'll be moving sub 60K this month. I'll take your questions, guys. Anybody have any questions? See what Bitcoin's doing. Still just right there, same area. Probably could have took this long trade earlier, but I just didn't like it. Just didn't like it. I do have the alerts set. I like the short trade much better. I do have the alerts set if we were to come down. This was some good divergence, though. Look at this 12-minute divergence. Okay. It's too late to take it now, though. So also on this, let's go to the weekly. Kind of showed this yesterday, guys. I'll show it to you just very briefly. Another reason I don't think the low is in, we've shown kind of what bottoms should look like, or what moves, what bear market moves and bull market moves look like, and how to know when you're switching, right? And in, where are we at? 2020. Okay, so this is last cycle. You can see clear as day. I mean, when you're setting bottoms like this with lower lows, can y'all see that? Make them a little bolder. Lower lows, then you get moves up, right? Lower lows, moves up. You know, I know this is a big gap here, but even still, you have lower lows, move up. Just this is the whole way, Lower lows, moves up. Lower lows, moves up. Lower lows, moves up. You get it, right? But then, when you start setting higher lows, that's when you start getting moves down. Boom. See, that's where it changed here. That's where well, actually, it changed here. Boom. And then you change, then you change, then you change, right? And it's not until you finally switch back and start getting lower lows instead of higher lows that you're able to move up and out of there, right? Then it's boom, game on, game on, game on, game on, right? You see what I'm talking about, right? Game on. All the way through. I know I hate to be a little repetitive from yesterday, but it's true, and you need to understand when people are screaming, oh, this is bad. See, then you switch here and you start setting higher lows, and we have higher lows, guys. We don't yet have price action that looks like this that would suggest, with the divergences that are required, like weekly divergence, we don't quite have that yet. That would suggest, okay, we can now move up and out of there because we're still just consolidating here with higher lows, which means roll over. What you want to do is come consolidate here. I mean, if not just V-shape out of there, but you want to consolidate here with some lower lows to suggest to you that it's over. We don't have that yet. We still have this structure that shows we're going lower. So don't be buying the narrative. Even here, I'll show you exactly what you want to look for. Let me show you exactly what you want to look for. Even here, when you have this low right here with this low right here on the weekly time frame, you don't have, you have a deep anchor wave, but you don't have bullish divergence. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. You're going to have bullish divergence, in my opinion, to move up and out of here. So what you want to see, guys, what you want to see, and when I see this, I will be confident that the low is in, even if you hem-haw around there for a little while. You want this move back down, okay? You want this to kind of come up a little bit and do something like that, and then you're going to form divergence there, right? Wherever price may come to, you're going to have a lower low on price and a higher low in your momentum. And what that's going to form for you is going to be some sort of head and shoulders type pattern here, right? On your momentum waves. That is likely going to be your bottom, okay? You just don't have that. You don't have that. Right? Just like here when we're kind of in the middle. And then we came down and we finally set this bear market low, right? Finally set this bear market low. Boom. Finally set that springboard, right? And what did you get here? Same thing. You don't have a head and shoulders, but that's not the point. Point is you had weekly bullish divergence with this price looking like this. So that springboard, I call this a springboard. See all these orange lines facing down diagonal like springboard. You down, you spring off. Versus here, you kind of bounce up, spring up with those, and then down, right? You want to spring off of this. But we don't have the divergence. And we set it here. Boom. Set it there. Set it right there. Right here. When you finally got up and out of there, same thing. Boom. Boom. It's not head and shoulders. Doesn't have to be. Point is you set the weekly bearish divergence and set your springboard here. Springboard there with the bullish divergence. I think I said bearish. I meant bullish. Bullish divergence. Same thing. That's what you want. That is what you want. You don't have that here. You don't have anything. This is no divergence. And you're setting the higher low price action. The bottom is not in, guys. The bottom, could it be? Sure, it could be. Could be. Could be. The bottom is not in, though. We're going to come down. We're going to set the springboard. We're going to set some bullish divergence, and that's going to be the move. It's not going to go straight up. I mean, you may come here and hem-haw for a round and then go, but that is going to be the move. Okay? That is what we're looking for. Until you get that, I don't care what anybody says. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but show me a time in history that that has not been the case. Just show me a time. And that is one thing that I actually believe will always be 100%. I don't ever think that, because that's how the market moves. That's how you get bullish momentum. You set a bullish divergence. At least on the macro. I know you don't have to have that on the 1 minute, but at least on the macro for the big moves, the bottoms, in my opinion, you will always have to have that. So that's what we're looking for, guys. Moy Marcus says, I've been coming from her channel to your channel. Actually, nothing but gratitude towards the both of you. Thanks, bro. So you know what we're talking about with a bear moon today. You're one of the hokey ones. I'm not making fun of you. I'm married to a hokey one. I'm more of a stats. I'm more of a numbers guy. Kerry Benz tried to take the long and got wrecked on that long wick. Kerry Benz. Look at this. This is why I didn't want to touch it. This is why I did not. This is exactly why I wasn't touching that long. The move is down, guys. The play is down. This is one time, and I could eat my words. I actually messed this up a couple weeks ago, going against the Asia-UK trend. I don't remember which direction it was at the time, but I said I don't think you get the reversal U.S., and we did. So I was wrong. I just, it's the bear moon. I just don't think this reverses. I'm just kidding. It's not because of the bear moon. I just don't think, I just think if you're going to get the move down and close negative for the month, or not for the month, but for this 10-day window that only has 4 days left, you got to get on your horse and start heading down. And that stat is 100%. So I think we're on that horse, and I think we're headed down. What I would love to see, here's our line, ish. I know it's not exact. I'll have to go put the 382 back on there. What I would love to see is this, ding, ding. Get my reaction, I would like to take this high, get some sort of bearish divergence here, wick the 382, entry upon SFP, reclaiming that, and then head down. That's what I would love to see. I'm already in the trade. I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't really care if it comes here and goes down or just goes down from here. I don't care. I'm in the high from 75,810, or in the short from 75,810. But I would like to get the copy traders back in this trade. We took it here, but I closed it at like a 4% profit because I was going to bed and I didn't want to mess with it. And I haven't doubled your account yet, so I would love to see this. I'm going to run a tight stop in case we do break through this line. You see, the one time we did break through it, it was a big, fast move up. So I'm going to run a tight stop. I mean, literally, guys, every other time we just touched it, wicked it, touched it, touched it. Once we actually closed a candle, a 15-minute candle, above this, big move up. The one and only time, I mean, we did in the past, like way back, but I'm talking the one and only time here in the last probably year and a half. The one and only time you closed above that line, you moved up $1,500 in like 2 hours. So run a tight stop if you get this, but I'm hoping for this with a tight stop loss. Probably probably a stop right above this. So entry is something around 74, 450, somewhere around there, with a stop about $200, $250 higher. Probably call it entry 74, 450, stop 74, 700, something like that. Okay, something like that. Something like that, not necessarily exactly that. Something like that. Oh no, what did I do? Because as you can see, when you got above that, I mean, once you got above, this was the clear resistance here. Clear resistance, right? Clear resistance. And once you broke it here, it was just boom, fast move up. You even came back and back tested as support right here. Held it as support, move up. So chances are if you get above that, you're moving up. This is a valid trade setup in my opinion. And that is in confluence with the 382. Where's the 0.5? Let me throw it on. And the 0.5. So actually, I'd probably extend this box to include that 0.5 right there. Something like that, guys. I know it makes your box a little bigger. Still not a big box, guys. It's 74.4 to 74.750. It's not big. It's just a $300 box. It's not a big box. It's not even a 0.5% box. It's not a big box. If you're not willing to take this much drawdown, because you could turn around at any point in here. If you're not willing to take this much drawdown, then number one, don't take the dang trade. Or number two, reduce your margin by reducing your account size or your leverage. Reduce your margin so that your loss, if you did come there and get stopped out, is not scary, okay? But don't let us come back tomorrow and show you price coming to here and us short it down to 60K. And you'd be like, oh, man, I didn't want to go that little 0.4% drawdown. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This would be an ideal setup for me. But you don't want to just blind take it. You want divergences there, and you want a reaction there, okay? Let's see. Let's kind of extrapolate into the future here. All right. So if we came out of that box, I'm on the 6-minute time frame, right? I want to see something like this. Wherever it turns around, it turns around. This is just an illustration, okay? This is not exact. And I'd want to see something like this. I'm on the 6-minute time frame. I don't know that you would get that on the 12. Maybe. I mean, the 12 could look something like this, right? Something like that, which would still be a divergence because your high's here. Still be a divergence. But anyway, 6-minute and down, 6-minute, 3-minute. I want to see that. So let's just call it the 6-minute for those of you that are confused by changing time frames. And I know it's a little difficult. Let me remove this. So I know it's a little difficult for some of you to see this, but if this momentum wave didn't break the high, a lot of you can only see it if it comes up here. I know. For some reason, a lot of you can only see that. It takes some getting used to. But if it curves off here, it's still the same thing. It's still like that, right? It's like this. See how this topped out right there? Okay? It would be like connecting those 2 points right there, which in this case did not give you a divergence, right? Because it is lower high in price action and a lower high in the momentum wave just coming up to there. I understand it's hard to see, though. So this is what you want to see. I have alerts set. What if we get Wayne? What's up, dude? Thanks for being here, man. What if we get rate cuts tomorrow? Where do you think Bitcoin would pop? I don't think there's a chance we get rate cuts tomorrow. I will show you. I'll answer your question, but let's go take a look. That's a great question. Flashbang. Guys, give me 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. All right. So this is the interest rates percentage likelihood of it happening. And correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody fact check me, but I'm pretty certain this has never, ever been wrong. Ever. I mean, right now it's a 99.1% chance that it does not cut rates, that it remains the same. Okay? I'll tell you another reason. I think Jerome Powell, the chair of the FOMC, I think this is his last month in office, and him and Trump hate each other. I mean, Trump just put him under federal indictment. They've butted heads, too late Jerome, too late Powell, too slow Jerome, whatever he's calling him. They've been in this feud, this pissing contest, and Jerome has refused to cut rates. I don't really know. He claims legit reasons, but in my opinion, mainly because Trump wants him to. And I just don't think he went all this time, a year and a half of butting heads and refusing to comply, to all of a sudden on his last month in office start complying after you just federally indicted me. I just don't think so. I don't think they cut. I don't think there's I don't think there's any chance whatsoever. And again, this has never been wrong, I don't think. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong with that. I don't think this has ever been wrong. And that is really high, 99.1%. But if they did, let's zoom out weekly. If they did cut, I still don't think you're going to get that much. Well, let me tell you guys something. News events create liquidity. They create volatility, and volatility goes and hunts liquidity, and that's it. It doesn't really change the direction of the market. It just creates the volatility to go get liquidity. And so I really think best case scenario, I mean absolute best case, you might, and I mean big might. I don't even think you. Gosh. Best case scenario, you come up here to 79, 80K right in here. Maybe SFP this right here. There's a daily level, daily naked point of control up here. I mean, that's still a good move. That is a good move. From current price action, that would give you about a 7-8% move, depending on where it took off from. I think that's best case scenario. And again, that's nothing if it does that. In the grand scheme of things, that's just a lower high, right? Lower high, lower high. I still think you ultimately move down. I don't see that happening, but this would be what I would target. If you go notice that when things like that happen, big breaking reports, big breaking news events, things like that, and you get a massive volatility spike one way or the other, most of the time it's just liquidations, but if you go notice, they almost always go to a high confluence support or resistance level and bounce or reject. It's not like they just endlessly rip. They go to a high target because there's a lot of sell orders waiting here. There's a lot of sell orders waiting here. A lot of people trying to protect their position here. A lot of people shorted this breakdown, and they don't want to get liquidated. So there's a lot of sell orders here to protect their position. I just don't see it. Still a good move, though. It would be a great move. I would take it. If that thing comes out tomorrow and I click refresh and they cut, I am absolutely entering along with my entire account. But I'm going to sit there nervously waiting to click the close button because as fast as it moves up, in my opinion, it is going to move down equally as fast. It'll be interesting, though. In fact, being his last press conference, I think it's his last. I'll need to check that. I think this is his last. I think he's out at the end of this month. I would expect him to give one last FU to Trump and come out and be ultra hawkish tomorrow because he knows that Trump wants him to be dovish. I could just see one more FU at Trump, and I think whether he means it or not, even if they plan to cut next month, I could see him coming out and be like, there's no way we're going to cut. In fact, we might raise them. Just one more screw you to Trump. I could really see it. They're both petty. Both of them are petty. I like Trump. But both of them are petty. And that's just the way petty people do. Good question, though. All right, guys, so you know what we're looking for. Join us on the Mississippi Lee's channel. We got the Bear Moon tonight. It is Bear Moon Day. We're looking for the rotation down. One, because of the Bear Moon. Two, because of this fractal that we have now come up and swooped the highs, looking for the move down. Three, because of our March stats. We've come into the box that we were looking for. This box has been on here since March the 1st. We have hit into it. Now we're expecting the move down. Four, because of the 10-day cross, which we went over. We have the 10-day bear cross, right? It is now activated. I don't know where it is. It was here. We went over it. You know what I'm talking about. The 10-day bear cross, the 21 over the 55 is activated. Looking for a move down to the 200 SMA as we have gotten every time. We're looking for that to come within the next 4.5 days. You know the deal. We're looking for the move down. Can we be wrong? Sure. but I don't think so. We have FOMC tomorrow. I will be doing a VIP U.S. Market Open stream tomorrow for the U.S. Market Open, VIP only. Then I'm going to come back for all of YouTube for the FOMC meeting and press conference. So we'll do the report and press conference. I will start that at about 12:45 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Okay? Here in the next couple hours, I'm going to do a Discord-only stream where we're going to talk about copy trading. I want your feedback. Please be vocal in there. It is your money. It is not my money. Yes, I have a little in there, but it is not my main account, not even my main 2 accounts. I'm doing the copy trading for you. I'm not doing it for me. I'm making my money. I'm doing this to grow your money, okay? I want you to understand that. So if I only have $100 in there, which I don't even know what I have in there, but if I only have $100 in there, it doesn't matter. If I do 100%, you're going to do 100% at $5 grand, 10 grand, 1 grand, $500, whatever it is. So percentage, and right now we're up 27.5% in 1 day. That's pretty damn good if I do say so myself, okay? Look, guys, I sent this to somebody last night. Real quick before I go. This was yesterday's price action right here, right? Yesterday's price action. We took all shorts yesterday. I said, dude, you made 27% shorting this. Name one other trader that can do that. We made 27% shorting this, right? Literally. That's hard to do, guys. We made 27% shorting this move up. Anyway, all good, guys. Bitcoin getting a little move up here. This might be what we're, oh gosh, I got to go. But they're coming into our area for trade. I hate to leave you guys. I don't even know if did we just take this high? We just took that high with divs. I want to come up into the 382, but we did just take the high with divergences. Sorry, guys. I was planning to go. All right, we did sweep this little local high with divergences. I'm still not interested. I want the move into the 382. We may get it, we may not get it. I have alerts set, but I do have to roll. Love you guys. Be looking for the Discord. Please communicate because I only want feedback for how we're going to structure your copy trading. Copy trade me. Join us. I will post a link in just a little bit. It will probably be about 11:30 or so. Between 11 and 11:30, I will go live. Most likely. So I will see you guys next time.